Hey guys, welcome back. So obviously, if you watched the last videos or whatever, I was talking to you about the battery was starting to kind of die on me. So we're gonna do a battery swap, but we're gonna do a battery upgrade swap. And thing is, everybody shows you like different batteries to buy and stuff like that and everything. Well, I'm sticking with the OEM brand and going bigger, because you can do that. They don't tell you that, but you can do that. And guess what? It's the battery off the Defender 1000, because they know you're going to put plows on it and whatever and all accessories. Well, they got a battery that's twice as strong and got the twice as starting power, and it's only like what was it, 50 bucks more. And they sell it right at your dealership. So yeah, so we're going with this USA, right? Same replacement company, but they got all the little good things you need in there. And I don't want to wreck the box, because my dealer said if it don't fit, bring her back if you can't get it in. So that's the one. So 400 cranking amps and 10 hours and whatever, and it's yeah, it's the 30 amp instead, and the one that's in there I believe is the 20. We'll take it out and find out soon. What is it? It's 10 hours it says on it, and well, I'll take it out. So yeah, so basically we're gonna slap that in that hole, and obviously this is not gonna fit, and I'm gonna show you how easy we can try to make it fit. All right, be right back. I'll take that out. Well, I'll put this aside and I'll come back. All right, so basically the bracket was only 210 millimeters. That was on the bottom bracket, and this was stuck in the back here like so. And this is clipped like this, and this holds, actually it comes up to here, and it's got two 10 millimeters in here that I took out. So once you take two 10 millimeters out, you basically pull this out, take off your two bolts, move the wiring out of the way, lift this out of the way, pull your battery up. So we got two different batteries here, and I'm just going to take the hardware after. This is the difference in size. So obviously a little bit different, but same make. And see right here, 18.9 AH to 31.6. So not 36, not quite double, but you're not buying two batteries, because I find the kits with two batteries and everything, it's like you're doubling up the stuff that's going to screw you at the end. You're going to double up your wiring, you're doubling up everything, and you're not doubling up your power, because those kits are to make it that you're only using one thing for certain accessories, and then you're using the other battery for your start. So what's that giving you? Not giving you more power for your winch. It's not giving me more power for audio. And don't get me wrong, if you're building like an audio system and you're going with the triple set batteries and all the thing, this video is not for you. This video is for Joe Blow that put a plow on his side-by-side and decided that doesn't have enough power and all that kind of stuff, and then he wants to buy a bigger battery, but doesn't want to get screwed by shitty companies selling knockoff batteries and stuff like that. So now we got to figure out how we're going to fit this puppy in and how much difference is it going to be. So right from the look of it, we still got our high clearance is still good for this thing here. Actually, this was like this on the back, so that's not going to probably fit, or maybe not. Let's see if we can stick it back there. And no, Can we trim it? Probably. But what I'm thinking is cutting this straight off, taking this obviously out because it's only rubbers that you push out there, and that's just to cushion the top. And I'm going to use those 2 holes, and if I trim this right off, and I lost my hole in the bottom as well to screw this in, so we'll be looking from underneath, and I believe we can reach, because I can probably reach from here, and I can probably drill 2 holes and put 2 bolts, and this here put 2 big washers, 2 nuts, and basically all it needs is a hole in the middle of a lever that's gonna bite onto this, that I can make that's that wide of a strip. And what I'm going to use for that is the part that came with the X3. When you get these brand new, when you used to get them brand new in the crate, there used to be a nice Teflon with the rough surface on top that came with it. I've been stealing parts off of it. We were going to throw it out in the dumpster. And this is a full piece. I've actually used it for battery cover in the past and some other pieces. It comes with this nice rough texture, which is funny that it's the same texture as all the rough texture inside the side-by-side on the kick panels. So yeah, so it's the same texture as this here. So basically this stuff here, everywhere, well, it's the same thing with this. So I don't know if they're still putting that on top of the side-by-sides when you get them, like in one big piece. Try to keep it, because it might come in handy. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to cut a piece off that to make my extension. So now I got to find a couple bolts, nuts, and washers and build my extension. And that's going to be how simple this install is going to be. And I'm going to have almost double the power. So it fits nicely in there. Like, it's in the bottom flat area. It fits. I can either put it in the corner or in the middle, whatever, where it's going to want to sit. I think it's better to sit it right here, because the positive battery, you see where it's sitting, it's going to be nice. Negative sits perfectly. No extension of wire, no nothing to do, no mods on wiring. And yeah, so I'm going to jimmy. I already explained to you what I'm going to build. So I'm going to cut some Teflon or whatever hard plastic that is, trim it to what I need, find a couple washers, nuts and bolts like I said, drill my 2 holes in the bottom and see if what I can do with that. I might use the existing hole and cut another section and re-screw the 2 10mm underneath it and make a flap that comes out, bend the flap, heat it up, bend it straight, make it come across. Yeah, we got a new idea. I'm going to use one piece as a strap. I'm going to go as wide as we can for maximum security. Bolt it in existing floor, open it, set it, melt it down, bring it, and then where the two holes are going to be, 2 washers and nuts, secure it in place. Simple. Be right back. See you soon. Hey, turn some lights on in here. So basically, cut a piece of that rough plastic, measured how far I can go underneath the battery with the 2 pre-existing holes for the bracket. Decided not to modify my other brackets in case I do decide to go back to the stock battery if something goes wrong and I gotta return it. So why be stupid about it when you got plenty of plastic laying around? So basically, trimmed the piece, lined it up as far as I could, threw in the 2 bolts underneath, measured, set the battery in, measured the distance. When it was straight, marked the line, put it in a vise, heated it up with the heat gun, melted it, cooled it off with snow, got the first bend. Slapped the battery back in, took the battery, put it back in, bent the first top part, and got the bend for the top. And now what I'm doing is I want this strap, actually I gotta skinny it out a little bit. I want to make a strap that's going to go in there, and then I'm going to bend it from outside, and I'm going to drill a hole right in the top here, maybe 2 holes right there, and flip that strap upwards and then bolt it there. And that way there, I got easy access. I already checked in the back, easy access to that. So I'm going to keep trimming it back, and then I'll just cut off the access of the strap, and that'll be, and what's fun about it is I cut a piece that's it's not going to have much room to play. And for the top part here, I'm going to reuse, wear safety glasses, guys. I had a chunk that just almost got my eye, and I just pushed it in. So yeah, so basically I had to take, this is what sits on top of the battery, right? And they put this on top in these holes and it cushions the battery so it doesn't rub the top of the battery. You got 2 of those. So basically what I'm going to do is drill 2 holes that this can, because it's about the same thickness as you can see, and put these 2 things so I can put my thing on my top, and that in, sorry, this is the top, like so, now without damaging anything. So that's going to cushion the top of my battery. And there was 2 in the front, so I'm going to drill 2 holes and pop these 2 brackets in, and it's going to cushion the front of my battery. So be right back. I'm going to keep grinding this off here and find some safety glasses. Yeah, so yeah, be right back. And so basically what I'm doing is since I got the length, but I don't know exactly how it's going to fit and how much strap I need, and I know I can go in there, I'm just going to keep cutting away till it hits perfectly snug, and then bend it straight up, put it back in the vise, heat it up, and then cool it down, and then drill 1 hole, and that's going to be my strap. So I'll be right back. It won't be too long. So we're basically, we put the 2 rubber little thingies, front pad to protect the battery from wear. So we got that. We got the 2 holes lined up. We got the top bend. We got the cut that's going to go far enough. Now we're just going to have to heat this, but I'm trying the perfect fitment with all the rubber pads and everything before I do it. It's got to be on that side for the positive for the battery. So yeah, it's a lot of put it in place, take it out, put it back in, take it out, but it's a free fix, and you're using all the hardware that came with it. And if you want to ever go back, all you need to do is pop some rubbers off and unscrew 2 screws. So yeah, maybe a little spit a little bit up to get it in there. There we go. So that's going to sit for the corner of the battery. And now we got to drill the last one for the back, for the black one to sit on top of the battery in the middle as well. So don't drill through your kneecap. There we go. So where's this little thingy? There we go. So now the only thing that's going to be left to do is, once I bend this up, is where I'm going to drill the hole to put it in the back to hold the strap into place. I'm going to just trim off the top if there is any excess. But that's where we're at, and I can sand the edges and make it all perfect if you want. So put that in again for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 time that I'm putting this back in here. So that's gonna go in there. That's gonna sit right here. That's what's gonna hold my battery in place. That's what's gonna save the padding. These 2 screws were the original screws underneath. So the battery has to sit in there first after we put this in. So basically, you slap that, you move your wires around, slap that in there, like so. Line up your holes. I had to make mine a little bit bigger to have some free play. I didn't get them perfect on the first try for the dimensions and for the width, so yeah, I had to make them big, slightly bigger, but they got washers, so, and it's not like the hole is big enough to begin with. What the hell's the problem there? I put this thing in 8 times and it won't go in on the freaking 9th time. Alright, there we go. Start them off by hand so I don't strip them. Alright, pull that back. Now I need my impact. Alright, extension, 10 millimeter. There we go. Tighten that down. Tighten that down. So now we got the padding for the battery in the front. Slide the battery in there. Line it centered. As you can see, it's perfect for that. Line that in the hole. That's going to be perfect to cover this after. Like so. Protect all your positives. This is going to hold it snug. And I believe that this is going to hold it on top from vibrating. And now I got to bend that strap up, so it seems like everything is perfect. Like so basically this is where the strap is coming out. So what I'm going to do is bend it upwards here and drill one hole straight through the plastic and straight through the thing, and then put a bolt right through and bend it upwards, that I have to actually push down on it to line it in the hole to put some pressure on top of the battery, and we'll go from there. Or actually I can, we'll see. We'll do it like that. Be right back. So we're gonna bend that piece straight up, drill a hole right through from one side to side, grab a bolt nut, 2 washers on each side, and I should be oversized battery strapped in with a plastic piece that was laying around in the shop. So, at 0 cost. So, let's take out the battery for the 9th time. It's not a quick process. Take it out. Take that out again. And make sure you line them up with your fingers and when you first thread them, because after 9 times of doing this, if you're in a hurry and start using the impact there, and even if they're crooked, you're probably, after 9 times, you're not going to have any threads left. So, alright, so I'll show you how, with this last bend here, how I was bending them all. So basically, we got to go that away. So, and it's not long enough to, so we go sideways like this. It's going to be at the blue line. So, all right, so we're gonna, shoot, shouldn't have put that rubber in right away, but pop it out. And do I need a ruler for this one? I just want to, yeah. Perfect straight edge. Oops. I took this rubber off too, so be prepared to take things on and off for a million times. And don't be in a rush. Make sure you don't rip anything, because you don't want to have to replace it. Okay, so going for a straight edge. So line up your edge and tighten down. Right here. Yeah, shouldn't have cranked the heat. Whew. And, oh shoot. Yeah, she's soft as hell. Look. So we got snow.
It's from
So snow works great. And then it's a stiff as hell. Alright, so there's the finished product. Should have to clean the blue off and clean it and trim it. Well, actually it's not finished product. I still got to drill my hole and make sure that this strap here is going to be the tricky part, because it's going to need a little bit of flexibility so it can go in there in the back. So let's put this back on there. That first part's on. You know, the front one's for the battery. Make it wet a little bit with the snow. There we go. Okay, so let's see real quick how far I'm going. So that's the flip up. Let's take you guys for a look-see. And obviously too far because it's going to the bend, but I'd like to keep it right at the bend. So yeah, so I'm gonna grab a marker and mark it and then cut that excess off. So this part here, right here has got to go. So that's too long. All right. So chop that thing off. So did you find some safety glasses, Ben?
no.
No? We got like 3 pairs. Okay. And I've never used one, so let's hope on the last cut that doesn't happen. So basically all I used for this job was a heat gun, a vise, a ruler to get some straight edge cuts, and a drill. Yeah. And that's my, once I pass a little sandpaper and everything on it, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the last step before I do cleaning. I'm going to drill my hole, find a bolt, and washer. So we want something big. So here's the size I want. Don't want it too long. Want a log nut, and want a washer in the back as well. So how big is this? I'm going to drill it out to be that size. So all right, set it back in place. The 10th time. All right, so now we're gonna like screw it in place. Before, actually we should put the battery in there and the whole 9 yards again, I guess. So yeah, so make sure it's sitting at the proper with the pads and everything to line up the everything. So yeah, so 10 times fitting it in, taking it out. Well, this is going to be the 10th time. Using all original hardware except 2 washers, 1 lock nut, and 1 nut left over in my tray. Alright, so far everything's going good. I haven't had to recut or re-drill anything. Oh shit, why did I say that? I didn't finish saying it, maybe I'm not jinxed. Alright, so let's throw the battery into place. Oh, don't drop it. which is straight with this over it, like so. Right, like that. And this is the fun part. It's always going to be, there we go. And that's going to sit right here. There we go. And now I need to push upwards and drill one hole. And what size is that going to be? Where do I have to stop? So probably 1, 2, 3, the third or the fourth. We'll stop on the third dip, and if we have to go fourth, we'll go fourth. And
So I guess it's vice
all right, so let's see if the bolt fits right through. Yeah, it does on the second one, on the third. Okay, so now the strap. Let's see. Yeah, so basically you're gonna have to push right at the edge.
Okay. Alright.
And you gotta line it up with the, like, not too high, but it's gotta catch at least that there's a 1/2 inch of plastic, or a 1/4 inch of plastic grabbing, because it's not gonna be good. Let me see here. I could always put a cushion between the, if it's loose. Okay, so yeah, so push. So bye for now. We're gonna drill that because she needs to hold it and all that, and we're just gonna push the drill through. Okay, so the hole's drilled. We already test fit it. Everything's good. The only thing, we're gonna put 2 little strips like this in the bottom here. One over the 2 bolts, like so, and one at the far back, like so. And we're gonna set the battery on there. That's just so it doesn't, the 2 bolts don't wear through the, and make it extra snug. All right, so okay, looks snug now, pretty snug. All right, so now the strap. So basically, bend it in. She falls into place, and that's that. And now all we need to do is line up my bolt and washer. All I had to do extra was in the middle here, so what big washer would fit. I took a wood chisel knife, and I took about a 1/4 inch off so we could put the bolt in there, and that's it. And we're just going to tighten the back and then put everything together, and we're going to fire it up, see how it cranks and everything. So tighten that up, put everything together, put some electrical grease on all the contacts, and be right back. So alright guys, so we're done. So I'm going to show you the walk around of what it looks like. So turn on the light here for you guys. So basically, there you have it. So we hooked up to the 210mm underneath in the bottom. We put some cushioning pads in the bottom to make sure that nothing wears through the battery. We re-put the rubber, the wear patterns so it wouldn't wear on the front. We put this thing back underneath and on the top and everything. Put the electrical grease there, but anyways, battery. And I even put a little pad on the side just to make sure that there wouldn't be no wiggle. And what I used for that is electrical tape and the foam that actually came in the battery. I put triple thickness of layer, and can't move anything anymore. It's pretty stiff there. And all we did was drill a hole at the top right here and mounted it in the back, strap right there. So that's it. That's it. So let's try to just fire it up real quick, see if it will start, and how it will start and how it will feel. So let's hope this works. All right, let's fire it up. Simple as that. Fires up good. Well, if we turn on the light bar and use the winch, see like crazy, berserk blurry. Now it still does it, but just for a fraction of a second. But before it used to go gray and blurry, and my light bar used to dim, like completely turn off if I used the winch. Now it's just a flicker at the beginning of it, and then it turns normal. So big improvement. It's not perfect. It's actually a winch pulls a lot of power. We'll turn this thing off because we've got all the garage doors closed. We don't want to suffocate ourselves. Carbon monoxide. So yeah, so basically, you want to upgrade your battery. This is the YIX30L from USA. It's the same thing as what's in there, except it's a bigger one, and it's got more juice. Not quite like putting two batteries in there, but the two batteries anyways, they're split, right? And not quite like putting a big battery, and if you're doing stereos and all that, that's not your thing. But if you got a light bar and you got backup lights, and you got a small stereo bar and you're using your winch and you're plowing, and you got a couple lights and a dome light and a backup camera and all that, well, hey, that's good enough. And if you got a piece of plastic that's roughly 2 feet long, 3 inches wide, you got a heat gun to drill, you got yourself a free bracket and one 1/2 inch long bolt and nut and washer, 2 nuts and washers, and you got yourself a custom made bracket that's not gonna wiggle out of anything. It's gonna stay there, and it's not gonna use, because you're putting everything back like factory. Even this is covered, and as you can see on this side of the seat, there's a bunch of stuff sticking out like big time. So this little corner sticking out here is nothing, right? So we know that the fitment's good, and the seat. Now I just gotta put the seat back on. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm waiting on my frog skins and all that stuff to put on for the tracks. So I said I'm having problems with the batteries, might as well do that. And that's it. So quick tip on if you want to go that route for 50 bucks more and shimmy apart, that takes about 10 times to put it on, take it back off, take it back on and all that. Well, go ahead. It's I'd say an hour or so if you're taking breaks or whatever, an hour and a half. Put it 2 hours if you're taking good breaks. So have a good day, guys, and be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And when we get to 1,000, I don't say it every video, but somebody's gonna get a prize, and it's gonna be the first 1,000s that help me get there. So thanks again, and ciao for now.